The recent death of a Holman Prison corrections officer has people looking for solutions. The funeral for Kenneth Bettis was yesterday. The 44-year-old corrections officer died weeks after being attacked by an inmate in the mess hall. As News 5's Chad Petrie reports, that's one of the most dangerous spots in any prison.
One of the saddest parts of the death of Kenneth Bettis is the accusation that inmate Cleveland Cunningham attacked the corrections officer because Bettis wouldn't give him an extra serving of fries.
They give them a little more feel of outside world, and it's hard not to mess up French fries.
Former CO Kurt Stedham talked to me last week about the death, and like a lot of COs, he says the chow hall can be extremely dangerous. It's a place where inmates can organize and gang up on outnumbered officers or each other.
Younger inmates will jump in front of older inmates that have been there a while, and they feel like they're disrespected. That brings on a fight.
The only time you should be going into the mess hall, especially when it's active, is if you go in with a suited team and it's an emergency response.
Anthony Ganji writes about corrections issues and hosts an internet-based corrections talk show called Tear Talk. I spoke to him via FaceTime about mess hall difficulties.
Two ends of a spectrum. It's a vulnerable spot for an officer. It's the strongest point for inmates.
Some prisons in New Jersey and a handful of other states have set up chow halls where corrections officers either watch from above or from in-house cameras and only step in when there's a problem. Because of staffing issues in most prison systems, that's not always possible. But Ganji says corrections departments have to work together to find solutions.
If you want to protect us, just like we protect you, then you got to help put laws into effect that make people think twice before they put a knife into an officer's head.
Governor Robert Bentley pushed a plan this year to build new prisons in Alabama, but with little legislative or public support. Chad Petrie, News 5.